So this print where I'm just giving some quotes. So whatever we are giving within the quotes, that is exactly used to print whatever we are given. So we can use a double quotes or single quotes, but when we are using a triple quotes means which is used to print for multiple times. And then we discussed about variables. Variables, that is nothing but identifier, that's nothing but which is used to store some information. That's what variable is. So your variable name, it may be a short name or a descriptive name, or it may be a it may starts with underscore, or it may contains numeric values, but it should not starts with alphanumeric. Sorry, it should not starts with the numerics. It should start with only letters or underscore. So these are the concepts that we discussed in our last session. So now we are about to start with getting an input from user. You know what is input is? Input means we are giving something to your server or a system or something. So using keyboard, it's nothing but giving an input. So first step, input, open bracket, close bracket. This is the syntax exactly like our print statement. So now when I am giving enter, when I am giving enter, see here you will get something which is exactly looks empty. So I am giving something like this. So for example, I am giving Python. So now whatever I given, it will be just printing here. So when you are simply using only input, the next line, I need to type something. So whatever we typed, it will just printing here. So now what I am going to do here is I am just getting the same line here. So I'm just removing this. So x equal. Okay. So when we are given x equal, that's nothing but the user input is going to store in this identifier x. So in the next line, it looks like empty. So I am giving something like Python or something. So now x value is Python. So this is how input works. Now, when we are giving an input, the next line, it's actually looks like an empty line, right? So it looks like it's not. So the users, they can't able to understand now what to do. So in their point of view, they may get, so it is not having something, so it's having some empty line. So only they will understand that much. So for that perspective, what we are going to do here is, I am giving an input, open bracket, close bracket, and then now here I am giving some prompt. Prompt means you are showing something to the user, or you are asking something to the user to enter something. That's what your prompt is. So enter a name, colon, space. So whatever we typed within the codes, it will comes as a prompt here. So for user, they will get some idea about what to enter, what to not enter, those kind of stuff. So now I am giving a Python. So X value is Python. So any doubt in this, in the steps?
Okay.
Super. So the next thing is, I am getting the same line here. And now I am giving 23. So when we are going for type of X, what will be the output?
Integer.
Yes, actually it's an integer, but we'll get a string. The reason is, when we are defining a variable name, see, when we are directly defining, I am defining y equal to 23. So now if I am checking type of X, my output will be, sorry, type of Y now. So type of Y, my output will be integer. But the X, where we given an integer, but still it's giving a string. The reason is, by default, Python consider the user input as a string data type.
Okay.
By default, user input is a string data type. This is the first thing which you guys needs to understand. Okay. So now we got some input like this. So for example, now I got an input like 48. Okay, we got that input. So now what I am asking you guys to do is x divided by 2. So now we are getting this error. You know why this error is? See the error? Type error, so unsupported operand types for string and integer. So operand means this some arithmetic functions which you given here, and you can't able to do this division operation between your string and integer. So that's the issue here.
Only
So
division
now what?
operation?
Sorry?
Only division operation or any other?
Any arithmetic operation, even
Okay.
though you can't able to add x plus 2, because it is an integer 2 is, and x is a string data type now.
Yes.
So that's why this is a different type and this is a different type. So that's the reason you are getting a type error. So now how to handle the situation? So we need to convert one data type to another data type. That is known as type conversion. So if I am asking you to convert, so type conversion. So when we are going ahead with this type converting, first step, which data type you want to convert? Now I want to convert to integer data type. Integer, open bracket, close bracket. First basic syntax. Then I am assigning which variable name you want to convert x. So Python is a dynamic memory now. So if x is equal to 12, again if x is equal to 48, what will be the x value? It's a 48.
Okay.
The latest value only Python will gets. So this integer of x, I am assigning to x. So now type of x will become integer, and the x divided by 2 will get 24. So any doubt in this?
No.
No, ma'am.
Super. Now you guys converted the type and then you guys perform the operation. Now what I am asking you guys is, let we get directly integer data type as an input. Okay. So for that perspective, I am getting the same line here. In the beginning, I am giving integer. Okay. Now type of x is integer. So x divided by 2 will get the answer. There is no need of converting one data type to another data type. But this step is common for, so this step is common for all the type conversion. So kindly remember this, because in our upcoming session, we used to perform a lot of type conversion stuffs. So in this integer, you can able to give only integer value in case if I am giving a float value means we'll get the error. The reason is it will accept only integer. It won't accept any float outputs. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
So the next thing what we are going to do here is I am just getting the same output. Instead of integer, I am giving a float. So now we can able to get your float output. Sorry, float input. This is the way to get a input from user. So like this here, you can able to use any data type as a number or a string. By default, input is getting us a string, so we don't need to bother about those things. So any doubt in this?
No, no.
No.
Okay, great. So now what we are going to do here is, we are going to discuss about one more inbuilt function. That inbuilt function name is evolve. That is nothing but evaluate. That is nothing but whatever input is given by user, it's used to analyze and it's used to evaluate the things. That's known as your evaluate. So now x equal eval, EVAL, open bracket, inside input, again bracket, and I am just asking enter some value. So now we will get the same enter some value here. Now I am giving 67 type of x integer. Evaluate means it is understanding whatever data type it's entered by user, it will understand. So for our better understand, 89.9. So now this is a float now. So type of
Yes.
x, float. Now I am asking a peoples to give a boolean value. So boolean means true or false. It should starts with, if you are giving a true means it should starts with caps T. If you are giving a false means F should starts with the caps. So now type of x, boolean. Now here, if in case if I want to give a string, if I am directly giving means it will evaluate only value, so it will understand this Python as a variable name, so we will get name error. Name error means the particular name is not defined. That's nothing but the variable name is not defined. That is what name error is, right? So for example, I'm giving a z, we'll get a name error because we don't have any variable name in the name of z. So the same thing only we are getting here when you are directly giving a string. In case in eval you want to handle string means we need to give a string within the quotes. But usually we won't prefer this eval for getting a string data type. You know why? Because by default input statement is considering a string data type only now. So we want to use eval for getting a string data types. So that's the reason we are going ahead with the eval. So it will evaluate whatever data type is given by user. Usually in real time, we won't prefer eval. The reason is this error. So because of this, we won't prefer our eval. Apart from this, eval will understand whatever input you given. So for example, now I am giving 12 plus 34. Now x value, that is nothing but 46. This will be added and your eval will give you your result as added value. So in case if I am giving 12 divided by 2, so my x value will be 6. Okay, so this eval which is used to understand whatever itself. So see, a comma b equal 12 comma 0.12. So a value is 12 and b value b value is 0.12. Now here what I am going to do here is y comma x. So 12 comma 34. So y value is 12, x value is 34. Even your eval will understand comma. What is comma here, which is used to separate this and this, separating two things. That's what our comma is. So like this, your eval even understand your comma. So this is what your evaluate is. Getting a multiple inputs or giving some arithmetic function or something. So this is all known as your eval. So if you guys have any doubts, kindly ask me.
No, nothing.
Great. So for Jayanti, is it clear for you?
Yeah, clear, ma'am.
Super. So I guess you guys are okay with our input statement and this eval getting integer and type conversion. Now our next stuff is operator. So you guys know what is operator is?
Operator means these plus and all these arithmetic operations, what we are giving with the Sorry,
Okay.
division and addition, subtraction. Things are operators, I think.
Yeah, JD, you told something, performing something, right? So the exactly. So it's going to perform some mathematical functions, like what you also said, like the arithmetic function, something. So it's going to perform some operation. It may be the arithmetic function like addition, subtraction, multiplication, like this. So operator means symbol. It may be any kind of symbol, as you guys told. But now here, uh, we need to discuss what are the kind of operators that's actually available in Python. So as you guys already told, arithmetic operator is a one kind of operator that is actually available in Python. Apart from, we are having something kind logical operator, comparison operator, shorthand operator, and then your membership identity operators. Now we are going to discuss all these operators now. So first step is arithmetic operators. So you guys know what is all arithmetic operator is, right? So what is all arithmetic operations like plus, minus,
Division and multiplication.
yeah, division, multiplication, floor division, and then round off, and then yeah, I think that's all. Yeah. So anything else you guys remember? No, right?
No.
So now we need to just apply our arithmetic functions. One second. Yeah. Now 12 plus 34 plus 12 minus 3, and then 12 into 2. So 12 divided by 32. So you got some answer like this. So 12 divided by 37. You got some answer like this. So now I want to round it off. You guys know what is round off is, right? So round
Round
off,
of value will give it.
exactly. So now 6, 7 I given. So if it's 0.5 or more than 0.5, it will add the nearest
Next
value.
value.
Yeah, it will add the next value. So now the answer is
30.
yeah. So now in case if I am giving 1, 2, so now the answer is 12. Because if it's less than 0.5, it will give you the 12 only. So this is what round off is. Probably round off we all studied in our school itself. Now floor division. You know what is floor division is? So whatever the decimal values are there. So 12 floor 37, it won't identify either it's more than 0.5 or less than 0.5. It simply remove the decimals and we will get some answer like this. Whatever it's more than 0.5 or only round off will calculate the less than or greater than 0.5. So this floor division, it is used to remove this decimal simply. Is it clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Clear, JNP?
Clear, ma'am.
Super, super. So now we discuss about your arithmetic operator. Okay, not yet. We have one more session. PEMDAS. Parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Your Python will work based on this order only. So for example, now I am giving 12 plus 32 divided by 2. So first it will do the division, then only it will do the addition. So you will get the answer like this. So
Like
now the
Godmas
second,
rule, right?
sorry?
In
Yes,
like
yes,
Godmas rule.
exactly. So now I give a parenthesis 12 plus 34 in a parenthesis divided by 2. So first it will it will add these two things. The addition result of the parenthesis will be divided with 2. So you will get the different value. So this thing you guys needs to take in care. Okay. So this is all your PEM DAS method. This is your arithmetic operator. Okay, next operator is, that is nothing but we are already aware of that operator. That's nothing but a comparison operator. So 12 is less than 2. You will get only the Boolean outputs. Boolean means true or false. 12 is less than 2.
Yeah.
False.
False.
12 is less than.
So sorry,
So
sorry.
less
Yeah.
than 2. Yeah. 12 is greater than 3. True.
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 True only, right? 12 is not equal to 23.
True.
True. 12 is equal 12. True.
True.
So you can give 12 is less than or equal to 12 is greater than or equal to, like this we can able to use our stuff. So this all our comparison operator. And now here we have a logical operator. That's nothing but your AND, then our OR operator. This two operator we are having with our stuff. So AND operator means your left side and the right side, both side we need to get true. So for example, 12 is not equal to 12. Okay, let me get 12 equal to 12. So the answer is true. And 12 is greater than 23. So here also true and here also true. Your output will be true.
It's false.
In
12
case,
is less than 23.
sorry.
12 is less than 23. So
Oh, sorry. Yes, I just given a greater than. So here true and here false. So your output comes false. So in case, let's we give false. 12 is less than 23. So here also true and here also true. So your output will be true. So both sides, it must be, value must be true. Then only we get the answer as a true. If any one side false or both side false, your output will be false. That's what your AND operator is. So you are creating one web application or mobile or whatever itself. You want to check the username and the password. It both must be true. So if both the values true, then only we can log in. So in this scenario, we used to go ahead with the AND operator. OR operator means if any one side true or both side true, the output will be true. If both side false, your output will be false. So here, this side is true and this side is false. Let me change this to R. So your output will be true. If both sides true means your output will be true. If both the side false means, yes, the output will be false. This is what your AND and OR operator. AND operator, you can just take an example of username and password must be equal. OR operator, we can able to take the example of you want to get the OTP. You can give either a mobile number nor email ID. So if any one thing is entered, we can get the OTP. So that's what your OR operator is. So any doubt in this?
no, ma'am.
Super. So we discuss arithmetic and logical and then comparison. Now we are going to discuss about shorthand operator. I'm not sure this shorthand operator is available in C, C++, but the shorthand operator is available in JavaScript, Python, Perl, PHP, those kind of languages. We have our shorthand operator. I will tell you what is this. So A equal A plus B. When we are defining something like this, your A and B value get added and again it stores to A variable name. This is what this meaning is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, A equal to 23 and B is equal to 23. Instead of giving A equal to A plus B, what you can give is A plus equal to B. So this is equivalent to this. So you will get the final output 23 plus 23 value stored in A. Clear?
Yeah.
Clear, ma'am.
Super. So the next stuff is membership and the identity operator. This is a kind of unique operator and it's a most used operator also. We used to use this membership and identity for our logical stuff in your upcoming session. So as of now, we discuss what is membership and what is identity. So membership means, you know, I am checking the particular value or stuff is a member or not. This is now what I am checking is. So now I am telling you, okay, membership operator having a two keyword, one is in and another one is not in. So now I am telling I in string. So in this I is actually available in string now. So the I
Yes.
is the member of the sequence now. So we got true. I not in string, false, because I is a member of a string. So this is what membership operator is. So the next thing is identity. Identity means that's nothing but our ID. So why we use ID? ID of A, it will give you the memory location of where the A is stored. Correct.
Yes.
Now I am telling ID of B. Both are in different memory location. Now A is B. Is and is not is that two keywords that is actually available for identity operator. I am telling A located in B memory location. Actually, this is false.
False.
A is not
Not in.
B. So true. So this two operator is some unique operators that you can able to get with our Python. So the remaining all you may heard about the logical comparison, this arithmetic and those things. But this two is a very unique operators. And apart from your Python doesn't have the increment or decrement operator. See in C++, the peoples they used to use A++ or A minus minus, like this kind of operators we don't have in Python. And your Python, actually we want to work bitwise operator with Python, but Python will support bitwise operator. I will tell what is bitwise operator. See, we have 0 bitwise value is 0, 0, 0. 1 bitwise value is 0, 0, 1. And 2 bitwise value is 0, 0, 1, 0. And 3 bitwise value is 0, 0, 1, 1. And can anyone tell for 4? I forgot. I think this is for 4. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think this is for 5.
Yes.
I think 1, 0, 1, 0. That's for 5, I guess. Okay.
No, it's for 9,
So,
I think.
1, 0,
0,
1.
1, 0.
0, 1, 0, 1. This is for 5. Okay. So, okay. This is your numeric and your actual values now. So now what I am doing here is 1 and 5. So this is nothing but your AND operator. You are getting output as 1. I will tell how it's work. See, 1 value is 0, 0, 1, and if 5 value is something which is looks like this now. So bitwise means bit by bit. So 0 and 0. Applying with the AND. So 0, 0, output also 0.
0.
0, 1, output also 0.
0.
0, 0 again, the
0.
tag output is 0. And
1
1,
and
1, our output is 1.
1.
So this is actually equivalent to our numeric value 1. So you will be getting an output like this. This is known as bitwise operator. So bit by bit. So this bit and this and this and this, everything will be going to act like this now. So that's the reason we are calling this as a bitwise operator. In real time, Python, we want to go ahead with the bitwise operator, but I just want to make sure to you guys, Python supports bitwise operator but we won't use this because this all used for when the source code is converted to machine code. But Python is an interpreter, so our source code, it won't convert to machine code. That's the thing. So we don't have increment or decrement operator, so you guys don't need to worry about those things. So today, kindly work out this input PPT and your what is next is operator.
Assignment. Okay.
Class
Okay,
2
ma'am.
is, and attend the MCQ question for this. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about only the data type introduction. Only the data type introduction we are going to discuss. And the next stuff is Friday also data type, Monday also data type. Because data type, tomorrow we are going to discuss only the basic introduction. But when it comes to data type, we have some inbuilt functions to discuss with the data types. That's all we are going to discuss in our next days. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So Jayanti, kindly
Ma'am.
give your email ID in Zoom chat itself. So I will share you the material now.
Okay, ma'am. G. Shall I spell it?
You just chat it.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
In shorthand, can we use all other operators like A minus is equal to B, A star is
Yes,
equal to B?
you can. Sorry, come again. A is equal to.
In shorthand
Hmm.
method,
Hmm.
can we use all other operators like A minus is equal
Yeah. That you can. So A minus B. So your output will be it's minus with the B. So you can just give even I can do like this. A into B equal to 2. So A value will multiply it with 2 and again it's stored to A.
Why
So
we
you
are
can,
using method, ma'am?
this method is nothing but, see, instead of A equal to A plus B, this is a simplest way to do now.
Okay.
You can use A equal to A plus B, else you can go ahead with this. I just want to tell, this is an alternate way you can able to go ahead.
Okay, ma'am.
So instead of typing A equal to A plus B, even you are shorting out that thing also. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
Uh, you type your email ID, Radhi. Sorry.
Um, 1 minute, ma'am.
Every day same link only. You guys can connect by 6:30. In case if I am connecting 5 or 10 minutes late, or in case if we are if I got any other works, I will intimate a little earlier itself.
Okay.
Jayanti's email ID is correct.
Correct, ma'am.
Because it's giving, it's don't have any other stuff. 1 second. See, is it right? Hello?
Correct.
Why it's not giving? your email ID is having no result.
Ma'am, there is a space between dot and com.
Oh, I guess. Okay, one second. Oh, yeah. So you will receive an email. So you just give a join. So you will join with this class. You will get the stream classwork and people. Kindly click on this classwork. You will get all Python materials. So this is only for Python materials. So here you need to practice a variable and then this MCQ question. Then you need to attend this input and operator. Then you need to attend this MCQ questions. So I guess you guys can attend this assignment also. So today you guys needs to work out this PPT first. Once you guys worked out the PPT, kindly go with your MCQ. So after you attend the MCQ, kindly attend this assignment.
Okay.
Okay. So practice this. Tomorrow we will go with this data types.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.